Let's see. Left field is going to be Jabalis. Have we started yet?
Yeah.
Are we really? Oh, welcome everybody.
Welcome to the
Welcome to the frozen tundra out here in Monroe. It's your Monroe Bearcats hosting the Archbishop Murphy Wildcats. I'm going to pause to tell you my name and my partner's name because I don't know what we're going to be in for here. This is STSPN. It's we're streaming live. STSPN.
live video.
.com. Go to YouTube. And, well, I apologize in advance. This is the first baseball game. If you can't tell, ladies and gentlemen, it's about 45 with the gusting winds. I am Scott Ohsman. I'm joined by the wedge, Ron Henthorn. And even you can block out this weather, Ronnie.
I couldn't block it out, no.
The only reason I'm here is you talked me into this, Ronnie.
Well, I'm wedging a wind for you right now.
And we're ready for baseball. Up on the hill is number 1, Monroe, and he'll be pitching to an Archbishop Murphy player that we don't know. Let's see, 6. There we got it, 6. And number 6, that's McCourt, the catcher, up first. And he's a line drive right to the second baseman over, and that's one away. Over to Zook.
We're underway here in Monroe High School. Snohomish, Washington, Scott.
And it's a blustery April, let me tell you.
You know, I've played baseball before, but I've never played in this cold of weather, and I kind of find it interesting that you can actually get out here and not pay attention to the rain falling on your face while you're playing.
Logsdon, the batter, that's a strike 1. As I've realized, as usual, for our first broadcast, I've filled out my score sheet incorrectly already, Ronnie.
Already? Well,
that's down low, so 1 ball, 1 strike. We do know that.
We can read the scoreboard from here, so that's a good thing, too.
And you have a score bug up at the top of the screen.
Is it on the screen on our broadcast?
It is.
Okay. Shortly.
Rowe with the 1-1 pitch now to Logsdon. Logsdon swing and a miss. 1 ball, 2 strikes. No score, just underway. McCourt grounded out to first. That's high. That hits him. And Logsdon will head to first base. So 1 on, 1 out. Top of the first, Ronnie.
Yeah.
We should have Mr. Wilson up to bat, the right fielder.
Let's see if he turns around because we're on the wrong side of the number here. We'll see him in a minute. It should be the right number.
Logsdon at first. There's a bouncer. He stays.
30, that would be Wilson. You're right.
Yeah, Will Wilson. We actually did that right.
Hey. I think the rain's picking up a little bit here.
Yeah, the wind's picking up. 1-0 the count here from Monroe's. The pitcher is Mr. Rowe as he looks over to first base. Harlan Rowe, a senior, and that one's fouled back.
Into the net.
Yes, right, coming right back to you. That is a strike. Yes, indeedy. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out, 1 on, top of the first.
4 aces on the board.
High on the hill here in Monroe as Rowe settles into the 1-1 pitch. That's high. 2 balls, 1 strike, 1 on, 1 out. Just the top of the first here. Our inaugural baseball game here in the. Do you call it spring, Ron? I don't think you could.
No, it's a tundra.
2 balls, 1, and that one's popped up. That's going to be a foul ball.
Come up over the net. It's hard to red truck.
2 balls, 2 strikes.
And the red truck's going to get moved after that one.
Todd Elvig, our executive producer, 5-tool player, trying to figure out if his truck's in harm's way. Meanwhile, we're at the ball game here. We're 2-2, 1 out, 1 on. Logsdon at first. Rowe sets, looks, out of the stretch and here to deliver.
Logston doesn't have much of a lead off there. He's back on now.
Wilson takes the time. And here we go. That one's a grounder. Third baseman picks it up, goes to the short side to second, tries to turn two. Not going to be in time.
No.
Or is it in time? He calls him out.
He did?
No, he did. No, he didn't.
No.
He made it in plenty of time. That's
what I thought.
We've got 6 poles, a fence, and driving rain and wind in our way, Ronnie. That's hard to see.
Well, you were right the first time. And that's a good thing to go. 2 outs. Bottom of the first here.
Top of the first.
Or top of the first, excuse me.
And 1 on, 2 outs, and that brings up Crow. And that's going to be ball 1.
Murphy's hitting the ball, just not getting anywhere past first base at this point.
Jamison Crow and facing Mr. Rowe. That's a strike right in there.
That's a nice fastball on a tie outside.
1 ball, 1 strike. 2 outs. And here's Rowe to the plate. That's high, and it hits Crow. He'll take first, and that'll send Wilson over to second. What happened there, Ronnie?
Well, wild pitch, I guess we call that on.
And then nicked him. That's going to bring Jabalis up.
I think he hit him and the bat at the same time, it sounded like to me, so we'll see what happens here with the...
Henry Jabalis, the sophomore, is up, and that's going to be low for ball 1. 2 on now, 2 out, top of the first. Monroe on the hill. Archbishop Murphy coming in 2-2. Last game was a win over Everett, 8-1, under the head coach Xander Klaus. As rain is dripping down, that's a swing and a miss. We're all even at a ball and a strike. This is easy.
This is easy?
Until you ask me after this first inning what these kids did in the first.
Yeah, then you won't know.
Then I won't know. There's the pitch, and that's going to be outside. 2 balls, 1 strike. Again, 2 on, 2 outs. Logston right now I think that's Wilson at second base. And Crow at first. Here's the pitch. That's a bouncer outside. Everybody stays put. 3 balls, 1 strike.
I've got Murphy at 4-1 on the record for this year so far.
Well, 2-2 maybe in the league then.
Yeah.
Jabalis, the sophomore, looking here at a 3-1 pitch. And he hammers it. Nicely played by the second baseman. Goes to the short side for 1, 2, 3, and that's it.
Well, big threat by Murphy there in that first inning. We'll see what Monroe can come back with here in the bottom half.
We'll be back right after this. No score.
Thanks to Les Schwab tires, I'm a confident backseat driver, but Mom's a little stressed about spending. Remember, breathe in. Now watch your speed and breathe out. Good. Even though we're watching our wallets, Les Schwab is still watching out for our safety. So turn here.
Help keep drivers and backseat drivers safe with Les Schwab tires.
Things going on here. Are we back? We're back. Scott Ohsman, Ron Henthorn here from the cold, rainy, stormy. Ron's regretting every moment.
High school.
You know what? The best part about this, Ronnie, is now you talked me into coming to this thing, and now I've got something on you.
And you're having a good time.
I kind of am.
There you go.
But I dressed appropriately. I've got everything. I've got the foul weather gear basically on, as Todd's trying to get the electronics to work within the wet rain here. No, now we got headphones in our left, right. We don't really know what's going on. But there you go. That's a little loud there.
It works on one side and then the other.
Yep. It was working great, though. Up on the mound today for Archbishop Murphy, the Wildcats, is big number 3, Logsdon. We saw him at bat, and the battery of Logsdon and McCourt. Number 6 behind the dish, and then brings up to start this game, number 22, Ethan Hogan.
First left-handed batter of the day still here for the Monroe Bearcats.
Yeah.
See what they can do today.
Hogan averaging 160 just through the beginning of the season here. Not a lot to report. The first ball is a ball.
The first ball is a ball?
The first pitch is a ball. I love how Todd Elvinger, executive producer, is giving me a hard time.
Second ball was a strike, so we're okay on that.
1 ball, 1 strike. I can no longer hear anything in our headphones. I don't know if this is going out or not. Nobody out here, the bottom of the first. That one's just inside.
Now we're good, but loud, but we're good.
2 balls, 1 strike.
I can hear it. It's nice and loud.
Very loud.
Yeah, well, that's
extremely loud.
By the way, Ethan, by the way, is going to Tacoma Community College, and he wants to play baseball for them next year.
No doubt. You did some early scouting here, the senior.
Yeah.
Here's the 2-1 pitch, and that's a swing and a miss. All even now, 2 balls, 2 strikes. Nobody out. Bottom of the first here. 0 score.
We got a baseball game going on here.
We do. 2-2 pitch. That one, he slaps it there. Great diving catch. And over to first base for the out.
And just on a bouncing ball into the first baseman's glove, and it was definitely an out. Nice play.
Great snag there by Putnam, the third baseman, stretching to his left, getting up on his knees and throwing him out, 1 away.
Give that guy a gold star for that play on this wet day.
And that brings up McCullough, the center fielder, as Logsdon looks in. It's going to be a ball.
Nice looking fastball, just a little high and outside there.
You can hear the raindrops. 1-0 the pitch. This one down low. Bouncer gets away from Court.
That reminds me of the story I was going to tell you.
Oh, yeah. Tell me this. You need stories. Let me tell you, this is...
So that may have been a knuckleball, you know?
Yeah.
And you know what Bob Euchre said about a knuckleball?
What's that?
The best way to catch a knuckleball is to wait until it stops rolling.
Bob Euchre, one of my faves. He just celebrated his 54th year doing the Brewers games.
Is that right?
Yeah.
He's one of the many.
High. And just like that, Logsdon in some trouble here to start off. 3 balls, no strikes. Nobody on, 1 out. 3-0 pitch. And that's going to be outside, and that'll send McCullough to first base.
Bring up Harley Rowe here, another senior, one of the 7 seniors on the Monroe squad here today. And Harlan Monroe here is flying to go to Lower Columbia to play baseball.
Wow. Lower Columbia, part of the proud NWAC.
Yeah, we'll see if he can get the runner moved around here a little bit.
1 on, 1 out. And he'll throw over to first just to make sure he's not going anywhere. Tommy Zook at first base for Archbishop Murphy. Here's the pitch, and that's a strike. Bob Euchre with one of the great lines, you know. Oh, John, what does this guy mean? His own son in a father-son game.
Yeah.
Come on, Ronnie. I expected more. Here's the 0-1 pitch. That one's inside, and that's going to send McCullough to second. And now 1 out, 1 on second base.
Runner in scoring position.
Yes, 1 ball, 1 strike here to Mr. Rowe. 520 average for Rowe. Let me tell you, this kid can hit.
That's a pretty good average for any baseball player, let alone high school.
2 balls, 1 strike. He's got a 647 OBP and OPS of over 1,000. So they're in good shape with 1 out. Runner on second. Here's 2 balls, 1 strike.
Low and inside.
Yeah. So Logsdon running into a little traffic here, a little tense moments here just in the bottom of the first for the Archbishop Murphy Wildcats. Now Monroe heads up by Ben Andrews. There's the pitch low. And that's going to... Was that low?
That was low and inside.
So
3-1 we got.
3-1. 4-0 is Monroe. Just won against Marysville Getchell 12-2.
Normally I take this pitch. I don't know if he'll do it or not. But
He cracks it. Foul.
Hitter with 520 average is not going to take too many pitches.
No. He's got 7 ribbies, 8 runs. He's only struck out 3 times and 7 walks.
That's pretty good stats, my friend.
Thank you. Thank you to Game Changer and my 7-day free trial. Here's the pitch. It's inside, and that'll send Rowe to first base. So 2 on, 1 out here in the bottom of the first inning, and the Bearcats in business. And brings up number 13, Mr. Barrow.
Mr. Barrow, and once again, college calls. Mr. Barrow's going to Edmonds Community College and play baseball next year.
Wow, they are loaded. Cooper Barrow. Bearcats 4-8. Arlington, the Eagles are 4-0. Here's the pitch, and that's going to be a strike on the outside corner, 0-1.
Very nice strike, yep.
A lot of pitches so far for Logsdon.
Murphy needs a double play here to get out of this inning right now, otherwise they're going to get in bigger trouble.
And the juniors call, and the runners will go, and they'll get down to second and third easily, and Reese now has to go to work. Hopefully you can hear the raindrops and the wind.
Yeah,
and my hands freezing.
Well, your voice hasn't frozen up yet, so that was a bad pitch and took the double play out of contention for Murphy there.
So Barrow looks at 1 ball, 1 strike. 1 out. Bottom of the first. Here's the pitch from Reese. That's going to be low and outside. No score here. The bottom of the first. Monroe threatening. And that's outside. He looks down and makes sure everybody stays put. But 3-1 the count now.
Logsdon having a little bit of control problems out there on the mound for Murphy. He needs to keep it inside there and let the rest of the players play. Even if he hits the ball, he's going to need some help.
Reese, 3-1 pitch. That's swung on, fouled back off the right field side.
3-2.
Only the hardier here, Ronnie, as I look around at the stands.
Yeah, and they're probably close relationships with some of the players, like parents.
Here's the 3-2 pitch, a grounder.
Oh.
Right to short over. They go to home. He's safe at home, and the Bearcats are on the scoreboard. McCullough scores from third. Barrow to first. So runners at the corners, still only 1 out, and there's a conversation, a meeting at the mound from their head coach, Xander Klaus.
I'm not sure about that decision to try to make that play at home there from second base. I mean, I know they want to stop the run, but he had to tag him, so it had to be a perfect pass, a perfect throw right at the plate to get the tag. And as it was, they gave up a run and didn't get the out, so still only one out here.
Yep. McCullough gets home and add another RBI for Mr. Barrow. That will be his 5th of the short season so far, and that'll bring up number 7, Miller.
Runners at the corner now. Let's see if they'll advance on this play.
1 out, Ryan Miller, another senior.
And nope, didn't go.
Keeps him at first. 1 ball, no strikes, 1 out, 2 on, runners at the corners. And Ryan Miller going to take another ball. He's early in the season. He's hitting 296, Ronnie. 407 slugging percentage.
Well, I got to give Miller credit too. Miller's going to Shoreline to play college next year.
Throw over to first.
One of the 4 seniors, the last of the 4 seniors on this roster that are going to college right now.
That's amazing. And that's a good league. We used to do a couple NWAC games. You remember those days?
I did, yeah.
That's high-level baseball.
It was sunshine and warm.
That's a strike.
He needed a strike, too.
He did. 2 balls, 1 strike, 1 out, runners on the corners again. Just in the bottom of the first, Reese Logsdon having to work his way out of a jam here.
Still got the double play in progress here. They can make it on the ground ball. Let's see what happens with this pitch. High and inside.
Barrow at first. So 3 balls, 1 strike. I don't know. It's so cold. I don't know if we want a 12-1 ball game. How many runs? And he gets a throw over just to keep him honest there.
Yeah, I don't think he's going to run. He doesn't really need to run when he's got a...
No. Tommy Zook over at first base for the Wildcats. 3-1 pitch. That's a strike on the outside corner.
Yeah, nice to see Longden put one in there when he needed to. Big pitch here.
3-2. 1 out. 2 on. Here's the pitch. Outside. Barrow runs, but no avail, no need. That's wide, and he walks another one. And Miller heads to first base. So now the bases are loaded, Mr. Henthorn.
Yeah, no real serious problem for Murphy here because they still got the double play in their back pocket here, and they only given up 1 run so far, but it's looking bad right now with bases loaded.
It brings up Mr. Shepard, Brennan Shepard, a sophomore, and that one
going to go foul down the right line, I think.
Brennan played in 8 games so far. He's hitting 286, 21 at bats, slugging percentage of 381, OPS of 729. He's already got 1 ribby on the year. He's scored 4 runs. He's looking for more here. Drawn 2 walks. 0-1 pitch. Hammers that again, foul.
A good thing for Langdon, that's 2 strikes.
Yeah, only 1 out. Base is jacked. For Shepard, Brennan stands at the dish. The 0-2 pitch. Smacks it down right on. It gets through, and that's going to drive a couple in. Here comes Rowe, and here comes number 13, Barrow, and a 2 RBI hit. Pretty good on an 0-2 pitch, Ronnie.
It definitely was, yeah. He's a good hitter up there, so looking good for Monroe right now with that big 3-score lead in the bottom of the first here. And Langston out there struggling in this inning. Has runners at the corners again. And who we got up there?
Yeah, Mr. Welch now, A.J. Welch. 24 plate appearances. He's hitting 158 as Reese Logsdon gets ready to go. Here it is. There's the pitch. That's a strike.
That's a strike, yeah. Oh, we're on camera. Hey, how are things up in the north?
We have January around here, but this is like April-ary. I don't know what this is.
This is
0-1 pitch.
That's a hard ground ball to second. He's going to take the one.
It up. And 2 outs, and that'll score Miller. And now it's the Bearcats 4. Boy, they're working right through the inning just here in the bottom of the first. That brings up Kingsley, the right fielder. One on second. Nice little 2-base, 2 RBI hit there for Shepard, or for Welch, excuse me. Here's the pitch, and that's wide. You've had something on everybody else. You don't have anything here on Mr. Caden Kingsley? I mean, he's just a sophomore.
Yeah, he's just a sophomore. And he's only batting 154, you said?
That's what the game changer machine says.
Yeah, well, let's see if he can improve that.
Or no, I could be wrong on that. Check me on that. He's 182. Kingsley?
No. Okay.
Batting 182. He's only had 11 plate appearances, so.
You've got room to grow here.
Yeah.
Definitely.
1 ball, 1 strike. 4-0 lead here. The Bearcats at the bottom of the first. Here's the pitch. It's going to be outside. And really, walks have been one of the troubles here in the early going for Reese Logsdon.
You know, it's probably hard to get really warmed up out there. Oh. He probably should be by now after as many as he's thrown. He's probably not going to get too many innings in at this rate, though.
Here's the 2-1 pitch. That is hammered foul. He pulled that.
Yeah. Back into the backdrop.
You know where the truck. Todd over worried about the truck. That one's not even close to the truck. That one's
stayed in the fence.
That one might be at Stevens Pass. He pulled that so hard. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Runner at second. Thinks about it. That one's wide. Now we're at full count, 3-2.
Actually, the runner at second stole base, didn't he?
Did he steal it or did he get it on that ribby?
No, he got it on the ribby.
Oh, he got it on the 2.
Oh, that's right.
Ground ball through the hole.
That's right. He got all the way to second. So he gave him a double on that one then, huh?
Yeah, that was, I think, a stand-up double. Here's a 3-2 pitch, and he walks another one. So Reese Logsdon having a tough outing so far in the cold and rain, and Kingsley will take first. So, again, we're 2 on, 2 outs, bottom of the first, and that brings up number 5, Mr. Niemi.
Have we batted around yet?
This is the 9th batter of this inning.
This is it, huh?
23 plate appearances, averaging 286 is Niemi. If we're pronouncing that incorrectly, we apologize. Got an OPS of 590. 4 ribbies on the season. Again, it's so early. 3 runs, only 2 strikeouts. And this one, a little nubber. Gonna be trouble.
Yep.
Not in time. And again, the bases are loaded. And we go to the top of the order. Back to Mr. Hogan. What happened on that play, Ronnie?
That was just kind of a mishit ball.
Yeah, it was not even a swinging bunt, I don't think.
No. The third baseman was very surprised. He had to come back halfway back to the plate to get that, which by the time he got there, it was too late. So we got 4 runs in, 3 runners on the bases, 2 outs, and then 10th player at the plate now. Right?
Mr. Hogan. He swings, and that's a foul ball.
All right, back to the umpress.
Looks over. It's a ball, 1 strike, 2 outs. Bases are loaded. 4-0. The Monroe Bearcats, they are smoking this year, 4-0.
Yeah, 4-0 league, and I think 6-3 overall. So
Snohomish League 2-2 in the Wesco. Monroe a 3A team and Archbishop now 2A. Here's the 2-1 pitch to Hogan. He sets and he swings up the first base line. That's going to go right to the first baseman. He'll tag the bag, and that will do it. 4 runs come across as we head to the top of the second. It's the Monroe Bearcats 4 and Archbishop nothing. We'll be back right after this.
Thanks to Les Schwab tires, I'm a confident backseat driver, but Mom's a little stressed about spending. Remember, breathe in. Now watch your speed and breathe out. Good. Even though we're watching our wallets, Les Schwab is still watching out for our safety. So turn here.
Help keep drivers and backseat drivers safe with Les Schwab tires.
Back here, Scott Ohsman, Ron Henthorn, Todd Elvig, weathering the storm, I guess.
yeah, it's drifting off the tent, which is a nice little sign.
Last time I had these headphones on, it was a very warm gym.
Yeah. It was. We were in playoff section.
That was playoff basketball.
Basketball's fun. It's still going on, right?
Basketball is going on. What's that, Todd? Wait, a couple more.
A couple more.
But let's talk a little. I mean, I don't know. Should we talk basketball? Why not?
Well, just quickly talk about.
I mean,
your alma mater is still hanging in there with girls, huh?
Well, they're not. I grew up at the University of Iowa. Caitlin Clark, go Hawks.
Yeah.
Boy, that was a tough one against LSU. I didn't have a good feeling going in, just the matchup. But she's something else. I mean, she's hard to stop. And then the other players kind of came in and hit some huge shots at critical times. But her passing is just spectacular.
Yeah, she's gonna be a good pro player somewhere. I wouldn't know where, but.
Well, no, she's going to the Indiana Fever.
Oh, she
of
is
the
going?
WNBA, the first overall pick.
Oh, it's already settled, huh?
Still something, unless something really crazy happens. Back here, AJ Bombach goes up, swings and misses. Mr. Rowe up there had a clean first. Top of the first is here, top of the second. A lot of work to do here for the Wildcats. First at bat here for AJ, the center fielder. Sorry for all the sniffles, but it's unstoppable.
Just draining down your head, that's all.
Here's the 1-1 pitch, 1 ball, 1 strike. That one's a strike, or a ball, excuse me. Check that. 2 balls, 1 strike.
Rowe's probably going to have a little trouble getting warmed up again. It's been
a
good 10, 15 minutes in the cold weather waiting for that first inning to end up there. So
2-1 pitch. This is swung on right to the first baseman. He'll head over himself to the bag, and that takes care of out number 1.
Brings up number 12.
That's going to be Mr. Thomas.
Tim Thomas, he's been sitting there waiting for his turn to bat for
a good
half hour.
Here's the pitch. That's in there for a strike. That's outside. 1 ball, 1 strike. Big lineup here. Archbishop Murphy with a lot of players on their total roster. Sophomore for Thomas as the pitch is in there for a strike right on the low side. 1 ball, 2 strikes. There's a smoker down the left side. It's going to be a long toss. Third baseman on a bounce. Did he get him? Yes, he did.
Good throw by third baseman over there.
Excellent throw by Nemi. Over to Welch.
That's about as far as you're going to be able to throw it from one base to the other all the way across the diamond like that.
That'll bring up number 23, Holtz.
Purple helmet.
Yeah, he does have the purple helmet here.
Wants to be a Husky, huh?
Miles Holtz. That's outside, ball 1. Just a freshman for Miles Holtz. First place, tries to back it up, not there, and Holtz will be safe at first.
That I would almost call that an error. Harley Rowe was over there covering first base, and second baseman just had a missed throw, missed him, or it would have been out.
Welch tried to take care of business himself and wasn't there, and so yeah, that could be an error. 1 on now. 2 outs, and that brings up big Mr. Zook.
Mr. Zook. He looks like he's like 6'10".
He looks like a big fella. The senior.
Got a big strike zone up there for Rowe.
Plays in first base tonight, also pitches. That's high. 1-0. Holtz with a small lead at first. 2 balls, no strikes. And first time today, Roddy, that Mr. Rowe's gotten into any kind of trouble at all.
Yes, he did, and it wasn't really his fault, but
he did what he wanted. He backed it up. That's way high over, and that'll send Holtz to second. The throw.
Oh, he got him.
Got him.
Wow.
Wow is right.
Yeah.
What a throw by Barrow, the catcher from Monroe.
And that was like a crazy play because that was a wild pitch, bounced off the hard backboard, right back into Barrow's hands. He turned around and threw it without looking at second base.
He played that off the wall beautifully, and just to irritate Todd Elvig, I'll ask him if we have replays, and we'll be back right after this. Do we even know if we're going out into the world?
We are. That's good.
We're already getting comments that I've called the wrong player, the wrong time, every 47 different errors.
No, you haven't done that yet.
Oh, we're good.
You're doing good.
SWCC is an acronym, and it stands for Special Warfare Combatant Craft Crewman.
You know, you can stand across from the guy and say, you know what, he's got your back, and, you know, that's the guy you're counting on. If something goes wrong, he's going to be there.
In the end, we're fighting for each other. This is Witch Doctor requesting immediate hot extract. Taking on
here on the team, about 22 of us on the boat. You know them personally, so you know exactly whose life you have in your hands.
Everyone's come together and everyone's sole mission is to do their job individually as best they can to benefit everyone else in the boat.
I got a brotherhood, and it's a real brotherhood, and it's a loyal and honest brotherhood, and that's what matters.
Nobody put a gun to my head.
Are we up?
All right, we're back, aren't we? And they're going to stay at Reese Logsdon, the Archbishop, the Murphy pitcher out there. And he's pitching number 3, McCullough, second time up, the center fielder, 1-0. The count now 1-1 with a nice strike here from Reese. 4-0 Bearcats. See if they can add on. Swing and a miss and a good pitch. 1 ball, 2 strikes.
McCullough wanted that one big time.
There's a high foul ball. Still 1-2. Did you make it to any Mariner games on their opening home stand?
Oh yeah, right. I wouldn't. You want to talk about Mariners?
I was going to try and wait till at least the 4th inning, but maybe, I don't know. Here's the 1-2 pitch.
There's
and
a
high fly ball,
out to
right field, and that is caught.
Yep.
1 away. Nice job by Reese Logsdon to come back and get things going.
I think he really needs to get the ball in there in the strike zone where they can hit it, because he's got 8 other kids out there that can help him play. So sometimes it makes a difference if you don't try to get everybody to strike out. Let the rest of the guys help you win.
Yeah, Harlan Rowe at the plate, the pitcher, and he looks at a ball. Got wind coming up. I mean, you wouldn't know it was April. Let me just say that. He smacks that.
That's
deep left center field. It's over the head of the left fielder. He's going to round first and go to second easily. A stand-up double for Harlan Rowe.
Nicely done.
Gabales tried to chase it to the fence. Didn't know the rain probably kept it in the yard, and it just went over his head.
Tell everybody they can't really see it on the camera.
You can't really see that on it is really raining. You can't see it on the camera, but it is coming down. It is a steady rain, little wind, and about probably 45 degrees. I checked when I left.
Oh, I'd say more like 32.
You can see your breath. And now 1 out, 1 on, and that brings up Barrow, the catcher, who had a great play there at the top of the second inning to get that 3rd out.
Yeah, he's the hero of the game so far as a good play star.
1 ball, no strikes. Logsdon looks behind him, tries to check in. This one's smacked. That's going to right through into center field. Here comes Rowe.
He should score easily.
And he does. And a good-looking RBI for Barrow.
Rowe goes back to tag the plate there. I think he touched it on the way through, but Miller told him to go back and touch it. He wasn't sure.
So 5-0, the Monroe Bearcats jumping on, and Reese Logsdon, the pitcher here for the Wildcats, Ronnie, thought he had he had 1 out. He Looked like he was back in command a little bit, but Rowe just stroked one to left field. That got a stand-up double, and here we sit, one out, still one on. Barrow on at second, and now he'll face Miller.
Well, unfortunately, he was taking my advice and letting Monroe hit the ball, but they were hitting it where they ain't.
Yeah.
And that cost them some runs.
Miller looks in, and that's outside. They have an eye on Barrow at second, making sure he doesn't go anywhere. 2 balls, no strikes. 1 out here at the bottom of the second.
No reason for Barrow to go anywhere at this point in the game.
Here's the 2-0 pitch. That's hit hard. Right field, and it gets under it. He's going to catch it. Tagging up is Barrow. Barrow slides into third safely. 2 away.
He didn't need to slide.
No, he didn't. But it's fun.
You know, and he's not getting dirty.
No, and plus you probably makes it a little warmer maybe. I don't know.
He's nice and clean. He's just wet.
You can see it's hard to see on your screen. Again, you think it's hard for you? I had to look over to see where that ball went.
We got green astroturf and brown astroturf, so it's not muddy out here, but it is wet.
2 out, Barrow on third. Here's the pitch, and that's outside to Mr. Shepard, the left fielder.
As long as it needs to get another out here and keep another run from scoring, so.
As there we go. 1 ball, no strike as things are. Sarah Elvig brings a heater by, which we appreciate.
Get a heater, go to downwind. Oh, I feel
Get it to Ronnie Shepard here, the 1-0 pitch. That's right down Broadway for a strike. 1-1 the count here. 2 outs, 1 on. Barrow at third. Reese Longsdon trying to get out of trouble. That's down and away. 2 balls, 1 strike.
Well, he can give up a fly ball now, no problem, won't score anything, so he probably should try to keep it in there, in the hitting zone somewhere.
2-1 pitch.
And he does.
That's hit to right field.
And it'll be.
And underneath, no problem. He saves a run.
And all 3 outs were to right field, weren't they?
They were.
There you go. Let them hit the ball. We'll get them out.
5-0. 1 run is in the bottom of the second. We head to the top of the third. Coming up.
In 1934, Bickford Ford opened their doors in Snohomish, Washington, and they've been an active part of the community ever since. So when you're looking for a new Ford truck, SUV, or hybrid, or if you want to take advantage of your current car's value, start at the place you can trust, the one that's been around for 89 years and is Western Washington's #1 volume Ford dealership. Family-owned Bickford Ford on Bickford Avenue in Snohomish or online at bickford.net.
For 45 years, Snohomish County homeowners have relied on Home Comfort Alliance for heating, cooling, plumbing, and electrical because of their award-winning customer service. Thousands of reviews reference Home Comfort Alliance as professional, knowledgeable, efficient, and technicians who are courteous, and they take the time to explain things. For all your home comfort systems, call 1-833-COMFORT and make your life more comfortable with Home Comfort Alliance.
And we're back. Here's Harlan Rowe's pitch. Wildcats trying to get something going here, down 5-0. It's big Mr. Zook, the first baseman. Up to bat, that's low. 1-1, 1 ball, 1 strike. Tommy Zook, the senior. The 1-1 pitch. That's pulled down left base. Third baseman digs it out, and he gets there, and it is 4 out. Nice play there again by the third baseman for the Monroe Bearcats, Mr. Nemi. He's been busy over there, Ronnie.
He has been. I don't know if you could see it on the camera or not, the way it's when the first baseman there, A.J. Welch, kind of really stretched out to catch that down low and keep his foot on the bag. So he did a good job over there at first as well.
1 away here, the top of the third. And Harlan Rowe, the pitcher. That's a strike. As back at the top of the order for the Wildcats, McCourt. Swing and a miss. 0-2 quickly on Cole McCourt, the junior. Harlan Rowe here. Not been in too much trouble. That's just got a piece of it. Stays alive. No balls, 2 strikes. Did it hit the camera? Okay. Our camera connected to the fence. Here's the 0-2 pitch. 1 out. That looked like a little curveball there, Ronnie.
Yeah, a little slow pitch curve. Curved outside on the right.
McCourt staying alive. 1 ball, 2 strikes. This one right up the middle. Diving! It goes into center field, and that's going to be hit.
I think that's the
for McCourt.
First hit for the...
I think it is, too.
Archbishop Murphy boys.
So 1 on, 1 out. McCourt at first base. A nice hit right up the middle, going right back up. Barrow behind the dish. And that's going to bring up Logsdon, the pitcher. He swings through and start out 0-1.
Logsdon has a blue bat.
Glad you guys are with us. Anybody who's with us? Just be happy you're not here.
Yeah.
That one's outside, ball 1, 1-1, the count.
There's maybe 30 or 40 people here.
There is the faithful, man. I don't know what they were paid or what they owe these kids. Maybe it's just a ride home. Here's the 1-1 pitch. 1 on, 1 out. And that one's in the dirt. McCourt's going to stay at first.
Good stop there.
I was going to say stay with us on STSPN for all of our spring sports coverage, but this could be the last one.
It could be the next to the last one.
If it warms up.
I think I'll be able to talk to you anymore.
Better be a sunshiny day.
No, this is fun, actually. I haven't done baseball in a long time, and you can tell.
Yeah.
Here's the 2-1 pitch, just inside to Logsdon. Nice job by Reese Logsdon. That's a little old school National League baseball here, right? Get to pitch and hit.
Yep.
They don't do that anymore. 3-1 pitch, strike.
He's probably taking that one all the way. So full count, 3-2. Runner on first base probably ought to be taken off on this pitch. So we'll see whether he does it.
With 1 out?
Yeah, I would.
Here's the pitch. He swings through. He just fouls it. I don't think McCourt was on his way. He stays put. McCourt at first.
Now, if I was on first, I'd be running. Now, how about that?
Well, you're aggressive. You're You're the wedge.
Yeah.
I mean, that's what you do.
Oh, I wish I was doing it still.
Well, I wouldn't put it past you. You probably could. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out in the inning here. 1 on. Reese with the bat over his shoulder. Rowe with the pitch, and it's high. And a good at bat for Reese Longsden.
For some reason, Burrow didn't want to, or Rowe didn't want to get rid of him. He let him go. You know?
That looked like another, again, try to some type of change up there on that 3-2 pitch. Nonetheless, the Wildcats got something going. 2 on, 1 out. And that brings up Wilson. Wilson slams the first ball, and this is going to turn 2.
No.
Does it? Was he safe?
Oh, he did.
He got him. Yes, he did.
Oh, I thought he lost it in the dirt. But
first pitch, he swings. Wilson does, and a great defense there by the Bearcats. And they stop anything that the Wildcats had going, and we sit here at 5-0, the home team, as we head to the bottom of the third.
Thanks to Les Schwab tires, I'm a confident backseat driver, but Mom's a little stressed about spending. Remember, breathe in. Now watch your speed and breathe out. Good. Even though we're watching our wallets, Les Schwab is still watching out for our safety. So turn here.
Help keep drivers and backseat drivers safe with Les Schwab tires.
SWCC is an acronym, and it stands for Special Warfare Combatant Craft Crewman.
You know, you can stand across from the guy and say, you know what, he's got your back, and you know that's the guy you're counting on. If something goes wrong, he's going to be there.
In the end, we're fighting for each other.
This is Witch Doctor requesting immediate hot extract.
Here on the team, about 22 of us on the boat. You know them personally, so you know exactly whose life you have in your hands.
Everyone's come together, and everyone's sole mission is to do their job individually as best they can to benefit everyone else in the boats.
I got a brotherhood, and it's a real brotherhood, and it's a loyal and honest brotherhood, and that's what matters.
'17's up. Back here, Scott Ohsman, Ron Henthorn, a pitching change for the Archbishop Murphy Wildcats. And they're going to put Jabalis up on the mound. Henry Jabalis is going to be there, and then Martinez is going to replace him in left field, and that brings up number 17, Mr. Welch, A.J. Welch at the plate. He looks at a strike from Jabalis.
A.J. Welch doing yeoman duty over there at first base for Monroe today. He's dug a couple out of the dirt, or out of the turf.
That's a high foul ball. That one looked close to the big red truck of Todd Elving. He loves doing this sport.
Did that go over the top?
Maybe.
Maybe. I don't know.
Now to close the book on Reese Logsden. And Jabalis, that one a slow curve ball, not quite there. 1 ball, 1 strike here. Nobody out, just the bottom of the third here. 5-0 lead for the Bearcats. All of them coming in the 4 in the first, 1 in the second. Here's a chopper. Gets it over there in time. Nice play there.
It was Crow at second base.
By
over
Mr.
there.
Crow, yes.
Didn't hold back on that one. Came in, picked that up on the bounce on the run. Nice to see him do that. Sometimes these kids at high school don't know to go to the ball. They'll wait for it to come to them. And it's a good sign to see him play that well.
McCourt, the catcher here, he'll stay there. Here's Jabalis. And that one's outside, gets away as 24 Kingsley now up, the right fielder.
That's what you'd call a real wild pitch.
That is. 1-0 the count. 1 ball, no strikes. Nobody on, 1 out, and that was a bouncer again, and Jabalis not happy with that. 2 balls and no strikes. As the heaters start to fill our feet a little bit here, Ronnie, that helps.
Yeah.
Now there's some conversation here on the right side, just kind of clearing some things out on your screen.
Kind of interesting. That ball hit the ground on the brown AstroTurf, and they threw it out and threw another one in. And it's kind of interesting. Before the game, I was down in the dugout with the Monroe coaches, and they took all the new baseballs and rubbed them in the dirt.
Oh, did they? Yeah, you got to get a little sauce on them, a little wear on them. They're too slick.
They had a bucket of dirt there. They're rubbing on all the balls, so I don't know why they would throw a ball out when it hit the brown AstroTurf.
Jabalis 3-0, and that one's way up high, and he loses 24. Kingsley. So Kingsley's on first. 1 out, 1 on now here at the bottom of the third as McCourt communicates to his fielders, and that brings up Nemi, who's played well at third base. He's had to come in on a couple. That one a strike, 0-1.
I don't think the rain's letting up any, but I think there's the runner going.
There's the throw, and he's safe at second. Kingsley on an 0-1 pitch takes off, and he is safe at second. Nice throw by McCourt there. He just had a good jump, Ronnie.
He had a good jump. The throw was a little bit high, but it was on time. So, and Monroe's going to be aggressive now, I think. They need to be, I think.
Hulse over there had a good tag on the bag. And now we want a quick timeout in the conversations. And McCourt's going to go talk to his pitcher.
Check the signals out there a little bit.
Jabalis started out playing in left field. Martinez takes over for him, and they have a conversation. They'll come back on the 0-2 pitch here to Nemi.
They don't have the pro signal calling like they do in the big leagues, do they?
No, they don't have the pitch counter, the pitch comm, as they call it. I don't know if that's helping the Mariners much right now. 0-2 pitch, and he swings at right field, but it's going to go foul.
Well, Mariners are still early. We can not count them out yet. We got to give them 2 more games at least.
Well, I know it's such a long season. They had such a dreadful. They're 3-4. It's not even. It's the way they have lost. It's just not good for the psyche.
Yeah, you'd like to see them play a strong game every game, and good pitching and.
Yeah, good defense. We're used to good defense, although we know with the changes they're not going to have as good a defense. I already missed Suarez at third. Eugenio Suarez. Here's the 0-2 pitch. That's low as Nemi takes that. 1 ball, 2 strikes here. 1 out, 1 on. Kingsley at second, up 5-0. Jabalis looks at Kingsley now. It's a pass ball, and Kingsley easily gets to third on the 2-2 pitch.
Would have been interesting if that ball had been just like the one that Barrow got a while ago that bounced off the backstop and came back.
Yeah, it came right back to him. He played it perfectly off the wall.
Yeah.
Little wall ball.
That one got to the backstop and stayed back there.
But nobody cares about my opinion on the Seattle Mariners. It's just they need bats, and we got these guys. Now they should be for average, but you know what kills you is We look at the 2-2 Jabalis pitch as I hear, is that the ice cream guy? I hear jingling. What's going on? Oh, no, it's Ronnie's call. That's a call by Ronnie. We have a call tonight.
Got a fan calling in wanting to know what the hell was going on.
Jabalis, the 3-2 pitch. Nemi looking in. That's high, and then Nemi's going to take a waltz to first base. So now runners on the corner, one out. And number 22 now coming up for Monroe. So there's some switch already here for both teams. In exchange, here's Ethan Hogan now coming in, the senior.
Well, Monroe with runners on the corners here. I guess we'll see whether or not they're going to leave him there. No reason to hold him on first, though.
Oh, that's Hogan.
Yep, easy go. He's coming home.
He is. There's the squeeze play. Not even going to get a ball off. And now Nemi heads and slides into third. He says safe.
Oh, from here it looked like he was out, but he must have got under the tag. Let's see that one on replay.
Let's do it. I was wrong. Obviously, there's no change. This is Mr. Hogan who leads at the top of the lineup. Ethan Hogan. So Monroe with another run through here. They had 4 in the first, 1 in the second, now 1 in the third here with 1 out. And threatening again. Just scored 12 on Marysville Getchell, I believe on Tuesday. Pitch is high.
Sir. They did.
Jabalis coming in for Reese Logsden. 1 ball, 2 balls, no strikes. Here's the pitch, and that is a strike.
That was a good-looking strike.
It was to the left-hander. Hogan, the shortstop.
That fire went out.
No, it did go out. It was.
We didn't know whether there was enough gas in it.
Well, apparently there was not enough gas, we were told. But it was really nice for the 34 seconds it lasted. Here's the pitch, the swing and a miss. They go to third to try to get Nemi. He's safe.
That was a good throw.
That was.
Yeah.
Nice job by McCourt. Heads up play. 2 balls, 2 strikes. 1 out. Bottom of the third.
Put Nemi down in the brown turf.
And they get him a new ball. Yeah, the turf is a great point, Ron, because again, they played for decades on grass and dirt in this rain.
Yeah.
Did they actually play the games, or did they stop them here if it was raining nonstop?
I did one game a couple of years ago. I think we did, and it was started to rain, and they kept playing for a while until the water got too big around the
too hot
home plate. It got too soggy around home plate, so they finally said they're going to call it.
That 2-2 pitch fouled off on the left field line here by Hogan as he dries off the bat. Nemi at third, 1 out. Jabalis here to the plate. That's low. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Nowhere to go here for Hogan. For Jabalis, rather.
Nemi's not taking his big lead off at third base now after he got thrown on a while ago.
3-2 pitch.
No,
that's going to be high. That'll send Hogan to first, and now runners on the corner, and that'll bring up McCullough.
Oh, Murphy's in bigger trouble here in this inning.
Yeah.
Bearcats got 6 runs in here already for this game, and only the 3rd inning here.
Jabalis now looking at McCullough. McCullough swings and misses. He wanted that one.
It's just cold weather in this rain. I don't think even if you hit the ball hard, we're going to get it over the fence here today, but I could be surprised.
Yeah, that one's fouled back. Yes, that's going to get out of here. Yeah, I looked at Monroe. I had access to their stats, Ronnie. I did not see a lot of home runs, a lot of dingers. I could be wrong.
Yeah.
Wouldn't be the first, second, or third time I've been wrong. Jabalis.
There's a fly
That
ball
one's
outside.
high. Is that going to drop? It is right in front of the center fielder. That's going to send Nemi home and send Hogan to second. So McCullough with a base knock and another ribby.
Got 7 on the board here for the Bearcats.
That is.
And brings up number 1.
And that is Mr. Harlan Rowe, the pitcher, who's had a heck of a game so far. From the left side, 1 out. Still the bottom of the third, and he just hammers that. It's down. Is it going to stay in play?
It looked like it is, and it's good. Third baseman caught it.
And it does. Nice job there by Putnam, the third baseman for Archbishop. Been 2 away now as Barrow comes up.
We're not happy about that little play.
Greetings.
Ronnie?
Greetings from the great north.
It's baseball season. It's another foul ball over the fence.
That is. Catcher Barrows had a nice game so far. And it looks like, again, early on, but Monroe's 4-0, Arlington 4-0 in conference play. Snohomish at 2-2, Ronnie, in conference. And that's a way high. Nice job by the catcher, McCourt, to even get that. He throws it to second and hits the bottom of the shoe there.
Hit the shoe or hit the bag. I couldn't tell it on the pole. I was trying to look around the post and see.
Of McCullough standing out there at second base. Some chatter that they're out of baseball. I'm not sure. People just trying to, maybe if they laugh, they'll stay a little warmer.
Yeah.
Barrow now looking at a 1-1 pitch, 1 ball, 1 strike. That's outside, 2 balls, 1 strike. Again, I think it's McCullough here at first base, Hogan at second base. 2 outs. Here's the 2-1 pitch, Jabalis. And that one's high. Is it going to stay in play? The catcher running, first baseman runs. And Zook will get it. And that will do it. 2 runs are in. Monroe adding to their lead, 7-0. We head to the top of the 4th.
Thanks to Les Schwab tires, I'm a confident backseat driver, but Mom's a little stressed about spending. Remember, breathe in. Now watch your speed and breathe out. Good. Even though we're watching our wallets, Les Schwab is still watching out for our safety. So turn here.
Help keep drivers and backseat drivers safe with Les Schwab tires.
Scott Oshman, Ron the Wedge, Henthorn. Boy, this little trio of us, Todd Elvig, Scott Oshman, Ron Henthorn. Remember when we were at Jackson? I think one of the first years we did this. We did it out of the red truck, or was that at Glacier Peak? The back of the truck.
Back of the truck, yeah. We were Jackson in the outfield, I think.
We were in the outfield. Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
Harlan Rowe warming up here, trying to warm up. as they might be given a little extra time here. 7-0, the Monroe Bearcats. If you like baseball, high school baseball, I tell you, we got some good teams here. Ronnie, you talked about a lot of these seniors heading on to the next level. We're going to play some high-level Northwest Conference, or NWAC.
Yeah, get their chance to play some community college baseball, which is pretty good level baseball these days, you know.
Still using a wood bat in NWAC today, do you know?
I don't know.
That's what I when we did those years ago, we were all impressed with the level of play.
Yeah.
And I remember talking to them a lot, and I hope it's still true, that a lot of them get on to 4-year schools, and they go to the NWAC, and they get on, they move on.
Yeah. You do well in a couple of years at community college, you definitely can move on and move up and get out there and play.
All right, we're back to baseball here, as this is Crow up to bat, and he looks at a first pitch strike. This one he takes to right field. That's going to be in for a base hit. Nice job by Jamison Crow, the junior. Took that second pitch, and he drove it to right field, Ronnie. And
he got the second hit for Murphy here tonight.
Now the pitcher, Jabalis, coming up. See if he can get some things going here. Only one hit so far on our score sheet for Archbishop. He goes right at it. Center field deep, and it's going to drop. Crow rounding second, heading to third. Jabalis will stand at second base, and Archbishop Murphy finally in business here. Nobody out. Runners on second and third.
Back-to-back hits there for the Murphy boys. Runners scoring position here.
Center fielder A.J. Bombach comes up, the junior, and all he needs is just to get this ball in play.
Yeah, hopefully get it out of the infield.
To get Crow home, first pitch from Harlan Rowe is a ball. 1 ball, no strikes. Nobody out, 2 on here, the top of the fourth.
Can't see any bullpen activity from here, but if I were Monroe, I'd probably have somebody up working out there. Well, we had a...
Now, what happened there?
I looked the other way, and it...
Well, that was a pitch, and that'll send Crow home. I'm not sure what happened there.
I didn't think it was a balk. Maybe it was...
It might have been a balk. Actually, that's a good call. That's at the infield. That was a balk.
Yeah.
Getting noticed. So Crow is going to score, and Archbishop Murphy is on the board as the pitch there is a strike from Rowe. So Jabalis heads down to third base. So AJ has some work to do still. 1 ball, 1 strike. Nobody out. That's in there for a strike. Nice pitch there from Harlan Rowe. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Murphy on the board. That one just misses high. Same pitch, it looked like, Ronnie.
Yeah, it looked pretty close.
2 balls, 2 strikes. (7-1) now, Monroe. That one's again high, and he'll push it to full. 3 balls and 2 strikes.
Getting a lot of noise out of the Murphy dugout over there.
Yeah, A.J. Bomba, finally something to get excited about. Head coach Xander Close looking on the 3-2 pitch. And he nubs it. And it's just not enough for him to come home, and it's out of the glove.
Or did it hit the runner?
No, it didn't. And Bomba, I think, is safe at first. It wasn't enough. Or was it? Yes, on the fake. On the plate of first, that sent Jabalis home. So, a lot going on there, ladies and gentlemen.
I thought it actually hit the runner.
I don't know. He went for the tag. It was going to be close.
Yeah.
It was a swinging bunt, as the umpires are discussing it right now. But the run is good, so we're at 7-2 now. Jabalis came home. He had to stay there because that that hit, Ronnie, it was a dribbler.
Yeah.
Smart play by Jabalis not getting down the line and staying as now.
A little questions from the Monroe coach out there. Talk to the umpire and base umpire.
It's Ben Andrews out there. Just wants to know what the call was. And so Jabalis heads up play there by him. He sees the ball down at first base and he heads in. That was exciting.
Yeah. Get lots of things going on here for Murph.
So this brings up Thomas. Thomas hits that one foul, and we're back to play.
Murphy's starting to try to get the ball off a row here, so I don't know how long they're going to keep him out there, but.
Yeah, he had 3 clean innings. Here's the 0-1 pitch. That's down on the dirt turf. What's the name for the? It's not really the dirt, is it?
It's
the brown turf.
The brown turf. Yeah.
1 ball, 1 strike. Still nobody out.
The burf.
Top of the 4th here. Harlan Rowe running into some problems. Swing and a miss by Thomas. A good pitch there. Looked like the heater. A.J. Bomba at first. 1 ball, 2 strikes. The pitch, and that's inside. And did that hit him?
It got hit, yep.
And he throws the gloves off. He'll head to first base, and all of a sudden, no outs. 2 on.
Yep, I think he's going to take her out of here now.
Barrow goes up to the mound as there's a meeting at the mound here, and we'll see what Ben Andrews going to do.
Yeah, so far he's leaving them in there.
So Thomas at first base. AJ heads to second. 1 run across already, or 2 runs across, in this top of the 4th. And that's going to bring up, well, I thought Hulse was up, but we'll see here. This could be a change. Oh, now this is 19. This is Martinez, who took over for Jabalis as he came in to relieve Reese Longsdon. A lot going on, a lot of moving parts here.
He's playing out in left field right now.
He is, the left fielder, Martinez.
No outs here. Murphy's scoring and threatening to score again here with a good hit.
Second and third. Now, Thomas now at second. They must have, I missed that. I missed the Thomas, who's on first. I don't know how he got to second and third. They must have stole.
What?
I'm sure somebody could tell us.
I
looked down, and all of a sudden they're at second and third. Nobody out. Here's the 1-0 pitch. That's a strike. So brings it to 1 ball, 1 strike. Nobody outs. Martinez at the plate. Takes that one inside, and 2 balls and 1 strike. And now Harlan Rowe steps off the rubber. Those keeping track at home, the heaters that came are no longer working.
It's getting hotter in here. Oh, no, it's getting colder in here.
The 2-1 pitch from Rowe. Stands and delivers, and that's a strike. Martinez caught looking there. Evens it up at 2-2.
Can't look anymore, Martinez. This one you got to take a shot at if it's anywhere close. And he does.
And he does. That's going to right field. Standing under his right fielder. He gets it. Tagging up from third. Here's the play.
Big RBI.
And big RBI as Bomba comes in. Plenty of time. And 3 across home plate here in the top of the 4th for Archbishop.
And they still got a runner on third base.
They do. And here comes Big Hook. The Zook,
Tommy Zook.
Tommy Zook. I love that. What a great name.
7'8".
Tall kid.
He's a good 6'4", 6'5".
Why don't you go stand up? You're 6. What are you, 6'2"?
Yeah.
Still?
No, I think he's taller than I am.
You haven't lost an inch. 1 ball, no strikes. Harlan Rowe toughing it out now. There's a swing and a miss and a changeup. It's a good pitch. Rowe calls time here. Still only one out. Thomas now to third for Archbishop.
Wants a dry ball.
My rain pants are really coming in. You should have went with that.
You know why?
Ronnie?
You know why he changed that? That ball rolled off the mound into the water there.
Oh, I see. That's a good call.
Yeah. So he had to get a dry ball.
Todd Elvinger, executive producer, setting up multiple cameras. Do we have another camera here for this 1-1 pitch? And that's going to be low. The crowd getting... I would be screaming too, just to stay warm.
You could scream, that's okay, as long as it's not in my ear.
2 balls, 1 strike, only 1 out here in the top of the 4th. Rowe struggling, and he does not get the call. Just a little low, and you can see Rowe frustrated with that.
So you got that and first base.
First baseline view there. 3 balls, 1 strike. He's got to put it in here and let Zook take a swing. And he doesn't. Inside, he loses Zook. And now runners on the corner with 1 out.
Well, that big strike zone is Zook presented to him. He gave it up. And now we're going to get a talking here.
Ben Andrews is going to come out and chit-chat about it.
I don't know if that's not Ben, I don't think. But
oh, okay.
That's one of the assistants. I'm not sure which one it is, actually.
Well, we can read those off. We have those names here. Assistants Kevin Barrow, volunteers James Rowe, Nathan Kane.
I didn't get their names earlier when I talked to him, but he's the one who was rubbing dirt on the ball for me.
So they have a conversation. It looks like Harlan's going to stay in there.
Yeah.
3 across here. Finally, the Murphy Wildcats getting something going.
Cole McCourt's going to come in here for the Murphy boys.
The top of the order here, the catcher McCourt. He was on first base in the first, 1 out, and he goes right to work. Down the left third base line, not going to get it. A run comes across, and they're not even going to get a throw. Probably wise of Nemi. And 4 runs in the top of the 4th inning for the Wildcats. What happened there, Ronnie?
Just a little blooper bouncing ball. It wasn't really a hit, but it'd probably go down as a hit. Nemi came in strong on that and didn't really have a throw at home and too late for first.
And the bases have been busy this top of the inning here for the Archbishop Murphy Wildcats. Here's the pitch now to Reese Longsden, who started this game on the mound.
Yeah, speaking of the mound out there, that is a dirt mound, by the way. It's the only brown dirt out here.
Just gets a piece of that. And Longsden here, 2 on, still 1 out. It was 7-0 at the beginning of this top half of this inning.
3 aces on the scoreboard. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out. That looks good.
That's going to be a strike. 1 ball, 2 strikes now.
Rowe's still getting him in there, but he's been in trouble this whole inning.
McCourt at first. Zook at second for Murphy. And Longsden's going to call time. Boy, this is taking a turn, this game. It was 7-0. The Bearcats were on cruise control. Harlan Rowe on the mound was on cruise control, and he swings and misses on that one.
And he's out of there.
And that will do it for Reese Longsden. Harlan getting cheered on, and that's finally 2 outs with 2 on. And that's going to bring up Wilson. Wilson takes a big cut.
Harlan putting some hot heat on those last 2 pitches. Those are coming in there pretty spooky.
Will Wilson, a freshman, it says on my sheet. The outfielder looks at it. He hammers one. That's going to go right to the second baseman, right in there, and get the 3rd out. But what a top of the fourth it was for the Wildcats. 4 come across as we head to the bottom of the fourth. 7-4 Bearcats.
SWCC is an acronym, and it stands for Special Warfare Combatant Craft Crewman.
You know, you can stand across from the guy and say, you know what, he's got your back. And, you know, that's the guy you're counting on. If something goes wrong, he's going to be there.
In the end, we're fighting for each other.
This is Witch Doctor requesting immediate hot extract. Take it on.
Here on the team, you know, about 22 of us on the boat. You know them personally, so you know exactly whose life you have in your hands.
Everyone's come together and everyone's sole mission is to do their job individually as best they can to benefit everyone else in the boats.
I got a brotherhood, and it's a real brotherhood, and it's a loyal and honest brotherhood, and that's what matters.
In 1934, Bickford Ford opened their doors in Snohomish, Washington, and they've been an active part of the community ever since. So when you're looking for a new Ford truck, SUV, or hybrid, or if you want to take advantage of your current car's value, start at the place you can trust, the one that's been around for 89 years and is Western Washington's #1 volume Ford dealership. Family-owned Bickford Ford on Bickford Avenue in Snohomish or online at bickford.net.
All right, we're back. We are at the bottom of the fourth. The Monroe Bearcats have come up, and Mr. Miller took a swing foul at the first one. Jabala still on the mound for Archbishop Murphy.
I'm going to help you out a little bit. He actually tried to bunt that.
Oh, did he? I'm sorry. Yes, Ryan Miller. He tried to bunt it up the first base line?
And he bunted foul, yeah. So
here's the 0-1 pitch. Nonetheless, that one's going to get by him and get to the backstop. Stop.
Didn't hit the board, so it stayed back there.
Ryan Miller. Second baseman. Boy, he was out there for a long time. We'll see Jabalis for the weight. That one gets away as well, and now it's 2 balls and 1 strike.
Brandon Shepard is the next batter up. He gets to run back there a couple of times and pick those balls up.
Yeah. Shepard getting some work in. Getting
Like
move at least. 2-1 pitch. Swing and a miss. Evens it up 2-2.
Nothing wrong with moving around and stay warm. I'm so cold, I'm warm now.
I brought down. I got the 800 downfill jacket, the old jacket. Here's the 2-2 pitch. A swing and a miss, and a nice pitch by Jabalis, and one away. And that was big.
His first strikeout for the game.
Yes, that'll bring up Mr. Shepard. Brendan Shepard, the junior. One out, nobody on here, and Jabalis, that's a runner down the third baseline. Going to be a tough play, and safe, not in time with the wheels.
That's about the 4th time we've seen just a blooper bouncing ball down to third base for both of these teams, and any of the times they've been able to get the ball back over first in time.
And Riley Putnam, the third baseman, played that well. Not much he could do. He had a good throw on it.
And he wasn't playing that deep either.
No.
He's up on the...
He is right
on the green stuff.
He is right at the third baseline. That's going to bring up Miller. Oh, no, check that. Not Miller. This is number 17. That's Welch, A.J. Welch. Miller was just up. Miller now Shepard's on first. Miller struck out.
Now you're on.
We'll get it. We'll get it. And the rain let up there for a minute, we believed. And now it is
starting to rain again.
Starting to rain. It's not even the rain. It's when the wind kicks up, Ronnie.
Yeah, the wind let up for a minute too, and then now it's rain and wind.
Welch.
Pop
up right field.
Looks like the second baseman all the way over to get it, and he
It
does.
Did. 2 away. And Jabalis now finding a nice little rhythm here. Shepard has to stay on first base. 2 outs, and that brings up Kingsley.
BK Kingsley. I wonder if his first name's Vin.
I don't know. Jabalis here, the Monroe had 4 in the first, 1 in the second, 2 in the third. And
that's off the mark.
Shepard goes, that's going to be safe at second.
Pitch was a little bit low and outside.
Yeah, that was
tough to pick up and get a good throw on the second on that.
Tough for McCourt. Now the wind kind of picking up here. 1-0 pitch from Jabalis. It's outside.
Two 2-0. Scoreboard is 2024. Would you look at that?
That is 2024. Look at that.
It's a numbers game.
It is. Kingsley looks at the 2-0, and that's down low. We're going to hit it. 3 balls and no strikes. Does he have the green light, Ronnie?
No. I don't know. Why not?
Why not? Nemi up to bat next on the circle here, but 3-0 pitch, nowhere to go, and that's high, and it'll walk Kingsley, and then Nemi gets up to board with 2 out. Now 2 on. So we were just talking how Jabalis looked like he got in control there. Got some things cooking, and now he's back in hot water with 2 on, but he's still got 2 out, so you just got to take care of the batter here.
Well, he's got 2 outs. He can let him pop it up.
Here's Bryce, the senior, at the dish. The pitch, he smokes it down right to the third baseman, bobbles it, but he steps on the bag, and that will do it. There we go. We head now to the 5th.
To the 5th. I could use a 5th right now.
7-4. Yeah, who forgot the whiskey?
Yeah.
McDaniel's Do It Center is located in beautiful Snohomish, Washington. Locally owned and operated for over 40 years, they are proud to provide the Snohomish Valley with exceptional hardware, tools, lawn and garden, and sporting goods products. Their commitment to delivering legendary customer service and their outstanding employees continue to make McDaniel's the best and one of the most recognized Do It Best centers in the nation. Stop by and experience for yourself the difference between McDaniel's and the big box stores. Discover why so many people are choosing to shop at McDaniel's.
In 1934, Bickford Ford opened their doors in Snohomish, Washington, and they've been an active part of the community ever since. So when you're looking for a new Ford truck, SUV, or hybrid, or if you want to take advantage of your current car's value, start at the place you can trust, the one that's been around for 89 years and is Western Washington's #1 volume Ford dealership. Family-owned Bickford Ford. on Bickford Avenue in Snohomish or online at bickford.net.
Up to bat. Welcome back. Scott Oshman on the wedge. Henthorn, Todd Elving, our executive producer, 5-tool player, running the dials here. Got a new pitcher, Kingsley. He goes to the ditch. This is Mr. Crow at the plate here. Jamison Crow for Archbishop Murphy, the junior. And the crowd getting crazy, Ronnie. I don't know what's going on with the scoreboard. I believe we're 2 balls and no strikes.
I believe you're right. Scoreboard is.
We need the scoreboard.
Scoreboard went.
We had enough problems. There it is. It's back.
They were out for lunch. They're back.
2-out pitch. Kingsley now, and that puts that in for a strike. 2 balls, 1 strike. So Harley Rowe's day on the mound is over, Ronnie, but he heads out to replace Kingsley in right field.
Yes, he'll still stay in the batting lineup, I'm sure.
Kingsley, the 2-1 pitch, that's going to be low. 3 balls and 1 strike. Archbishop trying to keep things going here in the top of the 5th as they did in the 4th. Kingsley, that's a bouncer way up, and that'll start him off right.
It's kind of bounced into the strike zone, but right over the top of the catcher.
Yeah, hit the ground first, though. Crow to first. The shortstop heads over there, and now they're cooking again. 4 runs came through, finally got something going in the 4th, and that brings up Jabalis. And he fouls that one away right
back to the red truck
behind us. If you hear a big window crash, we might go off the air.
No. Yeah.
Yeah, that's true.
That's always fun to look at foul balls.
Nobody out, 1 on. Top of the 5th, here's the pitch again, low, and Crow stays at first. 1 ball, 1 strike. Jabalis stands in. Kingsley, the pitch. This one keeps bouncing him in, and 2 balls and 1 strike here. Nobody out. Top of the 5th.
They did it again. The ball bounced down into the brown turf.
Yeah.
So he changed the balls with the umpire, threw that ball out.
That's a rule.
It's got to be a rule based on the fact that it would have gotten dirty. In this case, it got wet.
Yeah.
So I'm sure that it's, a wetter ball, they didn't want to throw it back to the pitcher. So throw it over the dugout, dry it out, and bring it back out later.
High ball for Kingsley. Now 3 balls, 1 strike for Jabalis. Nobody out. Crow on first. Down 4-7 are the Wildcats. Here's the pitch. Right to the third baseman. Goes to second. It's muffed at second. Crow's going to get up and get to third. And Jabalis will stay at first base, and that's going to be an error. And now the runners on the corners with nobody out. And that'll bring up number 1, Mr. A.J. Bombach.
Kind of almost an error on the throw there by Nimi. He's been playing pretty solid over there at third base, and I'm kind of surprised that one kind of got away from him. But a wet ball can do that to you sometimes.
Yeah, had a chance for a double play. Nobody out. A.J. looks at a high, ball 1 from Kingsley. Todd Helbig had some provisions here. This is very nice of him.
Some chaw. Some baseball chaw.
That one's on the outside corner, not quite there. So 2 balls and no strikes here from Kingsley. Scoreboard saying 1. There's, he fouls that off. Right behind home plate. Now they correct. 2 balls, 1 strike. Nobody out. Runners at the corners, Ronnie.
Looks good for the Murphy boys here again. There's a hard hit ball.
Going to left field, going back is there. He makes the catch. Tagging is Crow. Gets the cutoff man, and Crow comes across, and it's a 2-run ball game. The Archbishop Murphy Wildcats, 5 runs in Monroe 7.
Well, I wish I had a camera right where we're looking. Crow just kind of slid face forward right into us. It was a really good-looking slide.
He was smiling, I believe.
He was.
That was a good throw. Nice tag up. They get the cutoff man. A good, smart play there by the third baseman, Nemi, not to try and risk it and play that. But now nobody out. 1 on. That one's going to be a pass ball as Thomas is up to bat. And Archbishop Murphy boys started off slow, down 7-0, and they are cruising back.
And that puts the runner on second base with that pass ball.
Runner in scoring position now with only 1 out. 1 ball. No strikes here as Kingsley goes, and that'll get a strike. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1-1 here, 1 out. Top of the 5th. Here's the pitch. Low and outside.
Kingsley's having a little bit of control trouble out there.
Yeah.
Not getting anything in too close.
Two 2-1 pitch from Kingsley. That's
going to be a fly ball out. It's a center field.
And he's there, and he makes the catch. Oh. Now he drops it.
Oh, no.
That's going to be an out, isn't it?
No. He can't be an out.
No, they did call infield guy calls an out because he caught it, and then it just kind of dropped out of his glove.
I would question that. Going to be, yeah. Murphy, coach is coming out here to get clarification on that. He's saying that he caught it, and then he lowered his glove and he dropped it. He's going to come in and have a
Thomas still just camping out at first base. You can see in the right side of your screen. And now Thomas is going to head to the dugout as there's a conversation. So 2 outs. Jabala stays on second base. That was a big out for Monroe, Ronnie.
That was a big out. A lucky break, I guess. I don't know if you consider he caught it for a second or 2 long and then dropped it. So, because a catch and then the drop ball. So he's claiming he dropped it when he took it out of his glove. There's a throw to third base. That's going to
Did he get him?
He got him.
Yes, he did. Jabalis on the first pitch to Martinez tries to sneak third, and he gets caught. And what a throw there.
Big break from Monroe to get out of that inning.
By Barrow, yes, but 1 comes across for Archbishop Murphy. They close it to 2. We head to the bottom of the 5th right after this. Why are you running?
SWCC is an acronym, and it stands for Special Warfare Combatant Craft Crewman.
You know, you can stand across from the guy and say, you know what, he's got your back. And, you know, that's the guy you're counting on. If something goes wrong, he's going to be there.
In the end, we're fighting for each other.
Full practice, switch doctor, request immediate hot extract. Take it on.
Here on the team, about 22 of us on the boat. You know them personally, so you know exactly whose life you have in your hands.
Everyone's come together, and everyone's sole mission is to do their job individually as best they can to benefit everyone else in the boats.
I got a brotherhood, and it's a real brotherhood, and it's a loyal and honest brotherhood, and that's what matters.
McDaniel's Do It Center is located in beautiful Snohomish, Washington. Locally owned and operated for over 40 years, they are proud to provide the Snohomish Valley with exceptional hardware, tools, lawn and garden, and sporting goods products. Their commitment to delivering legendary customer service and their outstanding employees continue to make McDaniel's the best and one of the most recognized Do It Best centers in the nation. Stop by and experience for yourself the difference between McDaniel's and the big box stores. Discover why so many people are choosing to shop.
7 innings with it?
I think they called it on rain.
Wow. Are we back? We are back, ladies and gentlemen. Apparently, they just called this baseball game with a 7-5 victory, I guess because of inclement weather. I mean, I thought we were just getting into our groove, Ronnie.
I mean, it was raining a lot more than this.
Yeah, it was windier, and I'm not really sure why they stopped this ball game, but nonetheless.
Half of the they're going over to grab the tarps. They're going to come out and cover the mound. Yeah, you know what? The only reason I can say
the mound.
The mound is
yeah.
The mound is wet and it's dirt, and so they're going to have to cover that up. And I think they're going to call it on that, or unless they're going to delay it. I don't know if they've called it yet or not. They seem to all not be shaking hands and.
Because I just
well.
Out of this with, computer's still working.
Well, the computer is still running apparently, so we are going to call it. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for sticking with us and putting up with this. Our inaugural 2024 spring baseball broadcast right here on STSPN. I think for the wind, the rain, Todd Elvig and Ron Henthorn, Scott Ohsman saying so long. Thanks to the guys not in the truck.
Not in the truck. Thanks a lot for being here, Scott. It was wonderful.
You owe me so big right now, Ron Henthorn.
So big a drear.
All right. It is the Bearcats, the home team. They're going to escape a victory 7-5 over the Archbishop Murphy Wildcats. So long.
Either calling or delaying it. I don't know. They haven't.
I was just getting into the groove, Ron.